Have you ever felt completely overwhelmed by your own ambition? By the sheer number of things you want to do and experience in life? Well, today we're going to explore a powerful way to think about all that desire, all that opportunity, and that nagging fear of failure that sometimes comes with it. It's a mindset that all starts with cherishing the very things we want. So, this image here is really the heart of our explainer today, the cornucopia. We all know it, right? It's the horn of plenty, a symbol of just overflowing abundance. But what if we started to see our own lives this way, overflowing with ideas, dreams, and opportunities? What if all that abundance wasn't some problem we had to manage, but a gift we could just embrace? And, that brings us to this really fundamental question. With so many potential projects, hobbies, relationships, goals, how on earth do you choose? What gets your time and your energy, and what has to be left behind? It's this constant balancing act that I think we all face every single day. Okay, so the idea we're exploring today offers a pretty radical approach. Instead of trying to control and perfectly manage every single desire, what if we just intentionally let life overflow? What if we embraced having way more opportunities and ambitions than we could possibly act on at once?
Yeah, I know what you're probably thinking. That sounds terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. Because if your life overflows, you're bound to drop something, right? You're going to stumble, you're going to fall. And that fear, well, that's exactly what we need to look at next.
So why are we so afraid of this overflow? It's not just about being busy or stressed out. It's this really deep-seated fear of falling, of failing. So let's dig in and uncover what's really driving that fear.
So what's the real struggle here? It's not a lack of time. It's not a lack of skill. The battle we're fighting isn't really external at all. It's an internal one. It's a battle with ourselves. And there it is. The real struggle is with our own ego. Our ego is that part of us that frames absolutely everything as a competition, a game of winning and losing. It's that little voice in our head that turns a simple stumble into a catastrophic failure.
And you can see how this vicious cycle works, right? First, it equates any failure with being a loser, a direct hit to our self-worth. Then that feeling of shame kills our drive, which you see in that second point. And finally, it creates this intense fear of even trying new things, which just traps us. It's a really powerful cycle that holds us back from so much. But what if we could just bypass the ego? This brings us to the core strategy here, this idea of cherry-picking your life. And this isn't about limiting your desires. It's about completely changing your relationship with them.
And this lays out the process so beautifully. Step 1, let yourself want things. Actually identify everything that sparks your interest. Then step 2, and this is the absolute key, pursue it, but without a death grip on the outcome. Step 3 is about being human. It acknowledges that, it's okay to feel disappointed if something doesn't work out. And then step 4 is all about release. You get over it and you move on to the next desire. It's this incredible cycle of engagement and gracefully letting go. And when you start to live this way, this whole cherry-picking mindset completely reframes what it even means to fail. It's no longer some big judgment on your worth as a person. It's just an outcome. It's one you can accept, learn from, and move past with grace. I love this quote. It's like a powerful permission slip. It reframes trying and failing, not as something to be ashamed of, but as the very definition of living authentically. Every attempt you make, whether it's a success or not, is an act of courage. It's you trying to build a life you truly want. And this slide right here, this makes the stakes so incredibly clear. It breaks it down into two kinds of failure. On the one hand, failing at something you genuinely desired, you know what? That's not so bad. You learn, you feel the disappointment, and you move on. But what's so much worse is pouring your heart and soul into something you didn't even really want in the first place, and then failing. Now that's a truly painful kind of regret. And all of this leads us to this really beautiful conclusion. We've talked about how to handle failure, but the ultimate mindset shift is realizing that the goal isn't just about succeeding. It's about cherishing the ability to want things in the first place. Because let's be real, life isn't some static endpoint. It's a journey. As you have new experiences, your desires are naturally going to evolve. The thing you were passionate about at 20 might not be what drives you at 40, and that's not a failure. That's a sign of growth. So this is the real gift. It's not about achieving every single desire on a checklist. The real victory is in the seeking itself, in finding that spark of interest that makes you want to try. That spark is the engine of a vibrant life, and that is something to be cherished, no matter what the outcome is. So, life is always going to give you an overflow. The true art isn't in trying to juggle all of it perfectly, but in consciously choosing what to cherish. It's about deciding what you want to place on the shelf of your life while gracefully letting the rest go. The real power isn't in what you acquire, it's in what you choose to keep. And ultimately, when you stop fearing the overflow and you start seeing it as a source of endless possibility, you open yourself up to wonder. You begin to notice all the abundance that you never even expected was there. So I'll leave you with this question. What unexpected abundance is just waiting for you to notice in your own life?